News Bulletin. But first, the headlines. Oman Investments Authority launches a program to develop national competencies. The second report, titled Prospects for Implementing and Monitoring the Convention on Rights of Persons with Disabilities in GCC countries, is launched in the Wilaya of Salalah. And Kharif Dhafar season 2023 concludes its various activities after witnessing 740,000 visitors until the 15th of this month. Good evening once again, and thank you for joining us. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq sends a cabal of greetings to His Excellency Dr. Shavkat Mirziyoyev, President of the Republic of Uzbekistan, on his country's Independence Day anniversary. His Majesty the Sultan also sends a cabal greetings to Her Excellency President Zuzana Chaputova of the Slovak Republic on her country's National Day. Oman Investments Authority has launched its Leadership Development Program. The program targets 50 candidates from Oman Investments Authority, its subsidiaries, and the Ministry of Finance. The program is designed in collaboration with Takatuf and the Human Resources Consultancy Company, as well as the Center for Creative Leadership. The program adopts the 10-20-70 approach, which entails 10% formal learning through workshops, online sessions, and expert-led sessions, 20% social learning through a collaborative method to exchange insights with peers, mentors, and coaches, and 70% action learning through hands-on experiences, representing the role of the program. Oman Investments Authority places high value in empowering national to assume managerial positions in various government companies by honoring the candidates' capabilities in leadership and management. A ceremony was organized by the Minister of Social Development to launch the second report, titled Prospect for Implementing and Monitoring the Convention on Rights of Persons with Disabilities in GCC states. The ceremony took place at the Sultan Qaboos Youth Complex for Culture and Entertainment in Salalah. Speaking at the ceremony, Her Excellency Dr. Layla bint Ahmed Al-Najjar, Minister of Social Development, stressed that the report would serve as a motive to upgrade efforts in favor of persons with disabilities in GCC states, with the prime objective of realizing their full rights. The GCC states' ratification of the International Conventions on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities stems from a sincere desire to empower persons with disabilities and consolidate their rights. A forum for persons with disabilities was organized in the Wilaya of Salalah. The event was organized by the FAR branch of the Omani Association for Disabled, with wide participation from stakeholders from GCC countries. The two-day forum included workshops and a variety of activities focusing on promoting innovation and creativity among individuals with disabilities by delivering inspiring stories from successful people overcoming physical challenges. The forum also discussed community roles, engagements, and the available empowerment tools for this segment of society. The Minister of Labour signed a memorandum of cooperation with the Weatherford Oil Equipment Company for the Middle East to provide programs for a number of employees of the state's administrative apparatus units. The memorandum was signed from the Ministry of Labor's side by His Excellency Sheikh Nasser bin Amr Al Hosni and the Secretary of the Ministry of Labor for Labor.
To develop administrative work and exchange ideas and views on ways to ensure the development of human resources, the Ministry of Labour signed a memorandum of cooperation with Weatherford Oil Equipment Company for the Middle East, which includes agreement on the programs provided by the company to a number of employees of the administrative apparatus units within the National System for Institutional Innovation and Change Management.
The first program was about effective change acceleration, and the second program was regarding exceptional leadership. The exceptional leadership actually looks after employees who are ready to take on supervisory roles, and that happens through a series of training, and we give them some tools to help elevate the performance of their employees and help the culture to enforce a performance culture in their organization. So we've taken people from the ministries, all the government sectors, and they're being trained on these initiatives.
The Exceptional Leadership Program comes to equip participants with the necessary tools to succeed in leadership roles, regardless of whether the participant is new to leadership or has long experience. The participant will acquire new strategies that will help perform his roles effectively.
Effective change acceleration is about tools and processes that will be given to the employees of the ministry, that they will go back to their departments and try to accelerate the changes, especially now with Vision 2040. There are things that needs to happen, and we're giving them those tools where they can go back and practice them.
The Effective Acceleration of Change program aims to enable both emerging and experienced leaders to develop a plan to accelerate change by focusing their energies, efforts, and expertise using a set of tools and access. The Memorandum of Cooperation seeks to enhance cooperation, exchange experiences, and strengthen relations between the public and private sectors.
The activities of Kharif Dhofar Season 2023 organized by the Dhofar municipality concluded in several locations, including Salala Gardens, Uqad, Saada, Al-Hafa, Ateen, and Wadi Darbat areas. The activities varied between sports events, recreational games, trade and cultural exhibitions, concerts, restaurants, cafes, scientific events, drone shows, lighting, and laser performances. The activities have been well received by the visitors of Kharif season since it's launched on the 15th of this last July, where the number of visitors since the start of the season and until the 15th of August reached 740,000 visitors, recording an increase by 16% compared to the same period last year. According to the National Statistics and Information Center, the number of Omani visitors exceeded 500,000. Meanwhile, the number of visitors from the Gulf Cooperation Council countries reached around 126,000. The expanded administrative meeting of the Agency for Administrative and Financial and Planning Affairs at the Ministry of Health discussed simplifying procedures and exchanging experiences and information about managing the provided health services. The meeting also reviewed data for the projects and programs of 6 Directorate Generals to enhance efficiency while identifying the necessary procedures to achieve them, such as the Ministry of Health's Visual Identity Project. The meeting touched on the Health Insurance Project, which aims to provide high-quality insurance services for all target groups, and the National Digital Health Strategy Project. The meeting was chaired by Her Excellency Dr. Fatima bint Mohammed Al Ajmiya and the Secretary of the Ministry of Health for Administrative, Financial and Planning Affairs. The Consumer Protection Authority in the Governorate of South Sharqiya recorded violations in the Wilaya of Jalan Bani Bu Hassan, two car maintenance stores traded in second-hand tires in violation of Consumer Protection Decision number 257 of 2015, banning trading in second-hand tires. The Consumer Protection Authority received a complaint from one of the consumers and responded to the complaint by inspecting the two stores that maintained the car services in front while hiding the second-hand tires in a concealed place. Over 200 products were seized in preparation for their disposal. Legal action against violators will be initiated in coordination with the concerned authorities. In the Governorate of Al-Wusta, a camel race was organized as part of Al-Wusta Summer 2023. The race included 12 rounds and a series of traditional dances. The event was attended by a number of camel breeders and enthusiasts. At the end of the race, His Excellency Sulaiman bin Salim Al-Mahruqi, Wali of Hema, honored the winners of the camel race. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and later to come in our bulletin, the blue moon phenomena, a celestial rarefied illuminates tonight skies. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. A fire which broke out in Johannesburg is reported to have killed 73 people and left 43 injured. Eyewitness video shot from the window of a building overlooking the scene shows smoke rising over the rooftops of the city as the building engulfed by flames in one of South Africa's worst such tragedies in living memory. The blaze, whose cause was under investigation, started at around 1:30 a.m. local time. A municipal government speaker implied those inside the five-story building had been occupying it illegally and that the city had sought but often failed to evict squatters from such buildings. Turkish President Erdogan will meet his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin in Russia on September 4th to primarily discuss Black Sea grain exports. The two leaders will discuss the fallout from Russia's military intervention in Ukraine, as well as the deal that allowed the exports of Ukrainian grain via the Black Sea. The Black Sea grain deal, brokered by Turkey and the United Nations in 2022, ended after Russia withdrew in July. Ankara has since sought to convince Moscow to return to the agreement. Britain's Royal Navy said in a statement today that its warships and patrol aircraft tracked a series of Russian vessels close to its waters in what it called a concerted monitoring operation. The Navy said the HMS Tyne and HMS Portland reported on the movements of Russian Navy vessels alongside Royal Air Force P-8 Poseidon patrol aircraft in the English Channel, North Sea and North Atlantic. A number of the Russian vessels were associated with Russia's Navy Day, which took place on July 30th in St. Petersburg. The statement listed the vessels as including Corvette Volkiev, Grad Cruiser Marshal Ostinov, and the Udaloy-class destroyer Sev Morsk. South Korean and the U.S. Air Forces conducted live fire exercises today as part of the ongoing Ulchi Freedom Shields drill, South Korea's Air Force said. About 60 fighters jets, including F-35A, F-115K, as well as A-10 attack aircraft, were mobilized for the drills with simulated scenarios involving penetrating the enemy's air defense system and targeting key enemy objectives. The two countries began Ulchi Freedom Shield on August 21st, a joint large-scale military exercise designed to enhance their response to Pyongyang's nuclear and missiles threats. North Korea routinely denounces their annual military drills as rehearsal for war. The allies have stressed the exercises are defensive in nature. August is wrapping up with a gem in the night sky, a blue supermoon that occurred last night and is expected to be even brighter tonight. More details here.
A rare blue supermoon illuminated the cities of the world last night. The moon is considered a supermoon when it reaches the closest point to the Earth in its orbit, making it look much larger from Earth, increasing 7% in diameter. Unlike other astronomical events, a supermoon can be witnessed everywhere. A blue moon does not refer to its color, but when there are two supermoons or full moons in a single month. Each month usually hosts a single full moon, but blue moons sometimes occur because the lunar cycle is 29.5 days. Just short of the length of an average calendar month. This is exactly what happened this month. The first supermoon popped up on August 1st and the second last night and tonight. According to the Omani Astronomical Society, this one will be the largest and brightest supermoon of 2023. Special arrangements have been made for observation of the moon and the planet Saturn in Al Araimi Boulevard tonight between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. The next blue supermoon will not be seen until the 2030s.
This is the Sultanate of Oman Television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. Oman Investments Authority launches a program to develop national competencies. The second report, titled Prospects for Implementing and Monitoring the Conventions on Rights of Persons with Disabilities in GCC countries, is launched in the Wilaya of Salalah. And Kharif Dhafar season 2023 concludes its various activities after witnessing 740,000 visitors until the 15th of this month. And of course, with that, we do conclude this news bulletin, directed by Hilal Al-Malki and edited by the English News, Abdul Latif Al-Blushi. I'm Abdullah bin Ahmed Al-Rubi'i, signing off for now. And the entire news team would like to say thank you for joining the Sultanate of Oman Television. Good night.